From the boxing ring to your podcast station, here are the three guys that talk nothing but boxing. Ricky, Enrique, and Juan.
Welcome to episode 65 of Boxing Talk, guys. I'm your host for today, Kike, and joining me as always, I've got Ricky
What's up, Kike?
and Juan.
What's up?
And then also joining us today, we've got our producer back, Cole. He's been a little under the weather. You won't be able to hear him. He's in the background. Cole, good to have you back. Uh, guys, besides boxing, Juan, Ricky, and I had a little golf day on Friday. It was pretty good, pretty cool getting to be out there. It was Juan's first time golfing out there, so a little bonding time there. And then also Juancho graduated this weekend, so congrats, Juan. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Ricky and I finally hired him for Boxing Talk as an intern. So 65 episodes in, and he's finally hired. He's official. He's on the payroll.
What do you mean officially hired? I'm the one that created this thing, not just kidding.
Shit, man. But yeah, all right, guys, we got exciting fights coming up this weekend, highlighted by Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. On the undercard, Erislandy Lara, the return of Erislandy Lara. And then not so known fighter, but taking place in Russia, Maxim Vlasov's also fighting this weekend. But before we get into those fights, guys, let's get into the fights that happened this last weekend. Let's go over our picks that we had and where we went wrong, and let's just dive into it. And then, of course, like always here at Boxing Talk, we're going to go over the weekly news. Compa, if you want to start us off with what happened on this last Friday between Jean Pascal and Fanlong Meng. We all picked incorrectly there with Meng, unfortunately. It was a good fight, though. It was a really good fight, but I don't know. I'll give my thoughts in a bit, what I thought of the fight. Let us know what happened.
So, boxing talk. Pascal wins via unanimous decision, improving his record to 36 with 6 losses and 1 draw and 20 KOs. Pascal knocked down Meng once in the 9th round. Judges had it 8-4 and 7-5 for Pascal, and one judge had it 6-6, a draw. What do you think about his performance, compa, and who do you want to see him next?
Well, to me, guys, honestly, the biggest difference was that knockdown. It was a really close fight. It was the debut of Pro Box TV. It was pretty good production, pretty decent production. They had Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones Jr., and Paulie Malignaggi. They didn't have who's the Mexican fighter that supposed to be there?
Marquez.
Marquez, yeah, Marquez was supposed to be there, but
Marquez, yeah.
he wasn't there for the debut. I'm sure he had his reasons, but guys, to me it seemed like Meng just dominated those first maybe even 6 rounds. Out of the first 6 rounds, I think I gave Pascal one, maybe 2 rounds, and then the last 6 rounds, those were the close rounds. Depending what fight style you like, Meng was using his height and reach, popping that jab, boxing pretty, and then until Pascal made it kind of ugly, just throwing haymakers and whatnot. Personally, guys, I at the bare minimum, this should have been a draw for me. Because if let's say Pascal doesn't knock Meng down in that 9th round, and they gave Meng that round, that would have been 1 round 7-5 for Pascal. 1 round would have been, or one judge would have had it 6-6, and then another judge would have had it 7-5 for Meng. That would have been guys a split draw right there.
But that knockdown, man, made all the difference.
Exactly, the knockdown made the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Pascal scratched by with the win. The man's already 39 years old. So he's up there, 37. I don't know. He's in his late 30s, but I don't know. What'd you think of his performance, Juan, and what do you want to see next of Pascal?
So I actually didn't get to catch any of the fights actually live this weekend.
Dang, too
I
busy
was, celebrating
partying.
with my fam.
Jeez, man. You know what? You're
Yeah,
fired as
so,
an intern already, dude. Is it Copa? Is this what we put him on the payroll for? For him to not watch fights? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
but like you were saying, I did manage to catch that replay you shared to us, Kike, for this fight, and Like you said, I think that the main factor that played a huge role in this fight was that knockdown. Um, I actually had it as a draw. I personally thought that there was a draw, and I thought maybe it was like that. Maybe a majority draw. I could see one of the judges going for you know a different style of boxing that they prefer, which was Pascal's maybe that they liked, or maybe it was Maine. But obviously, judges actually side for Pascal, and maybe that's what they like on Pascal's side.
So who would you guys like to see Pascal with? Is he ready for any of these light heavyweight champs like Dimitri Bivol or the winner of Beterbiev Smith? Do you guys think he's ready to take on a
Mm,
champ? I mean, he looked all right
man,
for
I
a
don't
I
know.
comeback,
mean,
but I don't
I
know that
mean,
he's ready.
why not to throw, why not throw him in there with one of those? We won't really know until he's actually challenged for his
Yeah.
comeback. Yes, he had a good fight right now, versus Feng Long Ming, but I still don't see him beating any of this. Yes, he gives a good fight, but I don't see him beating any of the top
My
guys out there.
my thing why I would want to just see him in there with the champ already, whether he deserves it or not, is the man has experience. He's been in there with everybody. He's already been in there with Kovalev, with Hopkins, with Joe Smith Jr. Actually, uh, he's got the experience and then his age already. He can't afford to waste any more time. So yeah, man, take on a Dimitri Bivol or take on the winner. Better be of Smith Jr. If he can't get
I
them,
think I
go ahead, compa.
I think you I think you touched on that, compa.
Yeah,
The age is a big factor for me. I
yeah,
mean, the guy is what 39 years old.
yeah.
I mean, I think this is make it or break it
It's
to
his
prove
last
yourself that
hurrah.
you can. Exactly.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I think the age factor here. I say give the guy a chance.
yeah. And if he can't get that, I mean, he didn't really say what his plan is next. Um, whether he was going to fight soon, whether he was going to come back, or whether he wants to go for a belt. He didn't really say, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure he wants to go. If he's coming back, he wants to make a title run. If he can't get the title list, I mean, he could get the rematch with Marcus Brown. He could get the winner of this weekend's fight of Maxim Vlasov and Dilmurad Satibaldiev, or even Surdo versus Pascal. That's a good fight. Callum Smith versus Pascal. That's a good fight too. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's next for uh, for Pascal. And actually, guys, I take that back. He didn't rematch. He didn't fight Joe Smith Jr. He's actually fought Bivol already. He lost to Bivol. So technically, if he challenges for the title, he would be rematching Bivol. So
People.
let's hope for the best for Pascal. I believe in second chances. I know this. A lot of people aren't a big fan of him just because he has in the past tested positive for drugs and all that, and he served his sentence for that. Essentially, he was banned from boxing and he's back now. Let's hope he stays a clean fighter and we'll see what happens. But guys, I don't know if you guys want to call it an upset. We kind of saw it coming. I know some of us were going for this guy, and some of us were going for the younger guy. But you guys, let me know what you guys think. Juan, give us a quick recap of what happened in the fight before we delve deeper into what happened.
Yeah, so Ortiz wins via unanimous decision to become the new NABF and USBA lightweight champion and improves his record to a 16-0-1 with 8 KOs. Judges' scorecards were at 7-3 for two of the judges, and then one judge had it 6-4 for Ortiz, so all in favor of Ortiz. Um, Ricky, let us
So,
know how you saw this fight and what you thought about this fight.
and just
I think.
compa, sorry,
Go
hold
ahead,
that
Kike.
thought. Before you get there, compa, sorry, we didn't mention the names. This was the fight between Jamel Herring and Jermaine Ortiz. By the way, I know we didn't mention the fight. Sorry about that. But go ahead, compa. What were your thoughts?
It's just like Kike said in our previous episode. The young buck showed up and showed that he was hungrier than the older opponent, Jamel Herring. This is a bit. This was like it was sad, dude, seeing
Yeah,
Jamel Herring get beat up like that. And I mean, he already announced his retirement. I
yeah,
think he put it on social media that he said that this is it,
yeah.
and I think it's a great call for Herring. Um, Kike, you called it right. Ortiz was hungrier. He came and showed why he's a tough opponent moving forward. Uh, Good for
And
hearing. What a hell of a career.
yeah. And before I touch on the retirement, Copa, hell of a fight. You know, the first 6 rounds, to be honest with you guys, I had it even, 3-3.
Hmm.
Herring was in there.
Yeah.
He was in there. He was showing the young buck how it's done. I had it 3-3 after 6 rounds, but from round 7 through 10, that's where just Ortiz just took off. And I think round 9, I think he landed like 40 plus punches on Herring, and that sealed the deal for me. That showed
Hmm.
Ortiz was the better man that night. And, it was sad, like Ricky said. Herring looked like he wanted to cry. His voice was kind of cracking, and it was sad, man. But hey, when you got to hang it up, you got to hang it up. In boxing, it's a cruel sport where if you don't think you're ready to retire, these other young fighters will remind you why you don't belong sometimes. And
Yeah.
Herring, man, you've been a champion already in the sport. You reached the pinnacle of the sport. Yeah, man, right off into the sunset. So, yeah, dude.
So the big question, compa, is Ortiz a top contender or not yet?
You know what, man? It's not to take away from him. He had a great victory against Herring, but then again, guys, Herring is a fading champion, ex champion.
Hmm.
Um, take down one or two more big names, and maybe Jermaine Ortiz is a top contender for me. Uh, I'd like to see him in there with like a Richard Comey. Richard Comey is a ESPN guy too. If he can beat Richard Comey, then I consider him a top guy. I'm not convinced on Jermaine Ortiz yet. I did go for Jermaine Ortiz in this fight just because of the different factors, but that doesn't mean I think he's like on these. The lightweight division is full of dogs, compa. Like Juan,
Yeah.
this is a stacked division. So
Yeah.
like we said in this fight, until he's in there and proves us wrong, but keep climbing up the ladder. He's still young. He's only, what, 26, 27. So he's about to enter his prime, maybe a year or two more, and he's going to be at the peak of his physical condition and all that. But maybe take on like a Richard Comey, Ryan Garcia, even though Garcia is not going to give him that shot. For Garcia, this is a high risk, low reward type of fight. So Garcia won't give him a fight.
Yeah.
There's Jeremiah Nakatila. That's another ESPN guy. And he also, similar fights, guys. Nakatila upset Burchell, Ortiz upset Herring. So why not have the two guys that pulled off the upsets duke it out? Ortiz versus Nakatila. That's a good fight, too. I don't know. What do you think, Juan? Who would you like to see him? I mean,
That-
that's just a
That's
few
a,
lightweights we've mentioned. There's a bunch of options, but we'll see who actually gives Ortiz
that's
a
what
shot.
I was gonna mention that Jeremiah Nakatila, he's one of those that you mentioned. He upset, for sure. Why not have him go against Ortiz or even the winner of Davis and Romero as well? Those guys will obviously be wanting an opponent, whether it's a comeback fight for the loser or just take the winner from those two. I don't think the champions right now are in any type of sort of talk to be brought into this guy. He doesn't deserve a title fight against either of the two. Um, and obviously, with the retirement of Hearing, uh, he had a hell of a career, like Ricky said, and hopefully he does good out in his personal life.
Or what if, guys, what if because he's an ESPN guy too, and what if they throw him in there with Lomachenko as a comeback fight for Lomachenko? Because
Oh.
let's say Lomachenko takes a extended period of time, and then Lomachenko decides to come back, and they decide to throw him in there with the easy guy, and they throw him in there with Ortiz. That's a good opportunity for Ortiz too. You just never know. I mean, the likelier options, and you let me know, Rick, is as far as, because guys, even though we don't like it, networks tend to stay in house. If ESPN decides to stay in house, it would be either Comey versus Ortiz, Nakatila versus Ortiz, or Lomachenko versus Ortiz, or even Teofimo Lopez. But I still consider Teofimo Lopez a lightweight. I know people are saying he's a super lightweight now, but he hasn't even fought at super lightweight, guys. So until he
Hmm.
fights at super lightweight, to me, he's still in the lightweight uh, conversation. So those are literally the only four options. All the other guys like Garcia, he's a DAZN guy. Jojo Diaz is on DAZN. Isaac Cruz is with the PBC. Uh, Gervonta Davis is with PBC. Rolando Romero is PBC. Cambosa's kind of a free agent. Devin Haney kind of a free agent too, but he's kind of tied down with ESPN right now. Um, I don't know. We'll see. I'd like for sure next Nakatila Ortiz. What about you, Kumba?
I think so too. I mean, I would also like to see Isaac Cruz fight him as well, just
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we can see more of Isaac Cruz and see what
yeah,
other moves he has in his arsenal. But I think so, I think Nakatilia and Comey, like you said, will be the better
yeah,
option. It will be the most possible option for him to fight next.
yeah. And guys, the highlighted fight of the weekend. Rick, do you want to break down this fight for us and what happened? And this fight was between David Benavides versus David Lemieux.
The ring and
That was
sat
in
down
the
outside of the ring.
that was in the second round, I think. No,
Yeah, it wasn't quick. I
because
mean,
yeah,
Benavides, man, he's
yeah, dude, the first round
uh,
is when he almost knocked him down, and the ref was
yeah.
almost gonna end it, but he was saved by the bell. Second round was where he knocked him out of the ropes, and then third round is where he just ended the fight. But guys, I don't know. You tell me. Maybe I'm not hyped up on Benavides just yet. Don't get me wrong. This is a good win. Good win, Benavides. You beat a former champion. I give you credit, but he's still not ready for Canelo, guys. But you have your people out there that because of the way Benavides looked against Lemieux and the way Canelo looked versus Bivol, people are now saying Benavides KOs Canelo. He beats Canelo easily. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, Benavides has that freaking towering body, man.
Yeah,
He's a big guy. He's a
yeah,
strong guy. Can he bully Canelo? Possibly, but Canelo has the ring IQ.
yeah,
Canelo will move. He adapts. He
yeah,
wasn't successful with Evo because of the size as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I think this is a good chance for Benavides. Benavides can take it. You never know.
yeah,
You know, we saw Canelo lose, but we're talking about Canelo.
yeah.
He's the best right now. The best,
Did you see
in the game.
what De La Hoya posted on social media? He said Benavides is the best at 168. I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, Juan. Are you sold on Benavides? Is he truly the best at 168 to you? Because last I saw, uh, for the title, I mean, he's the interim champ. He's not the undisputed champ like Canelo. So to me, he's not the best. You can't be the best until you beat the guy. So Canelo's the guy right now, and
Uh,
Canelo's one. To be honest with you guys, and people are gonna hate me for this, I don't even think Benavides is the second best guy. I don't know. He's still
I
got more to
mean,
prove. He's
I
still
think
got more to prove for me, at
I
least.
think I'm more so waiting for him to verse Caleb Plant. That's a long waited fight.
That's a good fight.
Um, Once you verse Caleb Plant and you talk all that shit that they've been doing for all so many years because they have a rivalry going on for so many years,
Yeah,
and if you make it look much easier than Canelo made it look, then okay, why not give him a shot? But I think that would be a good comeback fight for Plant, and that would be a good fight, as a measuring stick for Benavides.
exactly.
I think I agree with Juancho 100%. You know, take Cali Plant exactly. Let's
Yeah,
see how you can do against him. See if you can be successful.
yeah. Obviously, and it's Benavides looked great, guys, and with this win, Benavides now becomes on the WBC side, at least, he becomes the mandatory to Canelo because the winner of this fight was to take on Canelo. Obviously, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think. Benavides still young. He's only, what, 24, 25. But, man, like Canelo once said, like, dude, you guys need to do what I've been doing, taking on the best to prove myself. Why don't you guys do the same? You guys are taking on no-namers and then expecting to wait around for me. Like, no, fucking duke it out with each other, turn a shot at me. I mean, you guys mentioned Caleb Plant. That's a terrific fight. But there's also Daniel Jacobs, guys. That's a good fight for him.
Mm-hmm.
There's John Ryder, who defeated Daniel Jacobs. There's Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who's trying to make a debut at 168. That's a good fight. There's Jesse Hart. He's not too known by the public, but Jesse Hart, he's been in there with Zurdo. He's been in there with Joe Smith Jr. That's a good shot for him. Benavides, there's only one way ready for Canelo, and that's fighting him. I think he does hold his own against Canelo, but I don't think he can just defeat Canelo just yet. Uh, Unless he looks impressive against some of these other guys that Canelo has faced. But Lemieux, guys, let's face it, Lemieux's on the on the latter part of his career. Uh, yes, he was a former champion, but he's kind of getting on the latter part of his career. I think this was what his fourth or fifth defeat already. So yeah, that's what it is. I mean, Benavides still look good, but he still needs to prove more to me. Maybe I'm just harsh on the guy. I don't know, compa. What do you think?
No, I think he has more to prove. I think. I mean, if you look at Benavides' resume, yeah, he has a good one, but not as
Yeah.
outstanding as
I
Canelo,
mean,
man.
honestly, the only wins I give Benavides credit for is defeating Anthony Durrell and now Lemieux. Two guys. That's it. Canelo has faced what 19 former champions. Not even close. Canelo has 10 times the names that Benavides has. So Benavides, get to work, man, and start
Yeah.
facing some of these former champs. And look at Caleb Plant's a former champ. Daniel Jacobs a former champ. Demetrius Andrade is a current champ. Uh, if you don't want to take former champions, take on top contenders like a John Ryder or Jesse Hart. You have those options. Those are the top guys to me at 168. Any of those names, he beats them, then maybe we can talk Canelo. You know what I mean? Because Lemieux, yeah, former champ, but he wasn't a
Hmm.
top guy to me, honestly, guys. But we'll see. Those were our weekend's fights, guys. Exciting fights. Let's get into our news. Compa, you want to get in with the first news? Talk about the heavyweights.
Yeah, so Eddie Hearn revealed that he's negotiating a fight between heavyweights Derek Chisora and Adam Kownacki. The fight is still not signed, but Hearn seems hopeful that he can get it done. Who is Adam Kownacki? He is a Polish fighter, and he has 20 victories, 2 losses, and 15
Yeah,
KOs. And he lost those 2 KOs. He got knocked out in those two
yeah,
losses. So I know some of us have never heard that name.
yeah,
I haven't.
yeah.
So I know we know who Derek Chisora is. What
Kanaki,
do you guys think about this
Kanaki is
fight?
the guy that got knocked out by Hellenius, compa. Am I getting that right? I'm not sure.
I don't recall
I
Tropas, to be
think
honest
both
with you.
his losses are
Yeah,
to
you
Robert
know what? Let me.
Hellenius. I'm not sure. We'll look back on that. But yeah, man, Derek Chisora is the heavy. Derek
Yeah,
Chisora is
but
like
you're
it is
right. You're
Hellenius.
right.
But yeah,
Yes, it is Robert Helenius.
oh okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He lost back in 2007 and
Okay.
2009.
And then freaking Derek Chisora, man, I've said it all along. People really like him, but he's the heavyweight version of Gabriel Rosado. The guy has like 12 freaking losses. Hey, but give Chisora credit, they're all big names. All his losses are against big name fighters.
Yeah.
He's fought everybody in his era, man. Granted, the guy's got beat up and beat, but he's fought everybody. So hey, give the old man a shot. Chisora, he's still fighting. Um, fuck it, why not? I'll watch that fight. What do you think, Juan?
Like you said, this guy is just there for a beating. So I
I
mean,
think he beats Count. I think
if
he
I'm
could
getting
beat.
paid good
I think he
bucks, I'll
beats
go there.
Kaunaki though, Juan. If you've noticed, Chisora beats
Oh
the
man, I
other
don't know.
heavyweights. He cannot beat the elite heavyweights though. That's been the story of his career.
So I mean, yeah, I mean that's true. Maybe it is a good fight, or and maybe it's a 50-50 fight as of right now. But we just gotta see how Chisora comes
Yeah.
back. So it
Yeah,
all
because he
depends.
lost to Parker these last two times. So poor man. If he's gonna end his career, at least
Yeah.
give him a shot beating Kaunaki and then call it quits, man. After that, because the guy's talking, he wants a title shot, but come on, dude, he's not. He's not gonna get a title.
We've been bringing up a lot of older boxers, if you guys have
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah.
All
Well, I
right.
mean, Chisora's still like a top contender, believe it or not, even with 12 losses. Because the guy, like I said, he's always beat like the other top contenders, but when it comes to facing the elite, and you can't blame them, they're elite for a reason. When it's come to beating the elite, he just
Mhm.
can't get over that hump of at least beating one of those guys. He can't, man. But best of luck to Chisora if this fight happens. Let's hope it happens, and we'll tune into that. Juan, let us know a bit of news of on Canelo. This actually came out today, actually. So let us know a little bit of what Canelo has been saying.
So Canelo has hinted that he will be fighting Triple G in September, and then he will be fighting Bebo after the Triple G fight. I actually didn't get to see that. that little hint. So if you guys can
Well, he
elaborate
said
more on
on
that.
social media, he's all like the Triple G fight's still there for September because that's what we agreed on. I don't know if that's truly what they agreed on because what they first told us was that the Triple G fight was only there for him in September if he beat Bivol. But I mean, Canelo does what he wants anyway, so
Mm,
I mean, kind of makes sense. Fight Triple
yeah.
G, get your confidence back. The guy's probably low, and then maybe fight Bivol next May again. I don't know what his plans are, but he's kind of hinting at that. What are your thoughts on that, compa? Do you like that decision by Canelo if he goes through with it, or what do you think?
No, no, I'm the opposite. I want him to fight Bebo
Yeah,
first. Come back, get back in there, get your revenge. You're still fresh from that fight. You still
yeah,
remember the ring IQ you have
yeah,
with Bebo.
yeah,
Adjust, and then take
yeah.
Triple G. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
What about you, Juanjo?
I mean, if the contract said that it was set for the fight like that, then he has to fulfill that part of the contract. Um, but like Ricky said, if it is just him trying to do whatever he wants, I prefer him to rematch Bebo right away. Fight him in
Mm-hmm.
September. Why not have your belt that you've been chasing in that division? Beat him in a spectacular way, maybe knocking him out, so that you don't have to go to a trilogy. And then after looking for a December or maybe another May fight or earliest even February for a Triple G fight.
yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see what. I guess.
What do you think,
I
Kike?
mean, I don't mind either way, honestly. I do want to see the Triple G fight because even though people are kind of over that fight, some people it seems like people are either really into that fight still, and then some people are just over it. I'm one of the people that are still into it because when he fought Triple G, to me those fights were very close, very competitive. There was
Mm-hmm.
no definitive winner in either fight for me. Uh, I know people say Triple G won the first one, and the second one was more of the draw. But hey, that's why there's a trilogy in talks in the first place, is because those fights were very competitive. But he also wants to avenge his loss to Beevil. So we'll see whether he fights Beevil then Triple G or the Triple G then Beevil. It doesn't matter. Canelo's daring to be great. He's fighting. Both those guys are champions. So we can't complain about Canelo taking on either champion. We'll see what happens. I guess they should be making an announcement in the coming weeks as to who he's going to fight in September. So we'll see, guys. Once that news comes up, we will let you know. But in other news, guys, and this guy's daring to enter into Canelo's weight division, and that's our boy, fellow Mexicano también, Jaime Munguia, returns to the ring on June 11th. Again, against a no-namer, guys, but you can't blame him because he is going into a new weight division. But he is facing off against former title challenger Jimmy Kilrain Kelly. Uh, like we said, he's making his debut at super middleweight at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, guys. So that's going to be very close to us, right next to Angel Stadium, right where the Anaheim Ducks play, the hockey team. He's going to be fighting right there. What are your guys' thoughts on Jaime Munguia making his debut at 168, guys? Especially after his last fight, he almost seemed like he was going to pass out. What are your thoughts, compa?
I
Go ahead, Juanjo.
I think this fight is actually great for Munguia. Well, the move up to a division because, like you said, that guy looked like he was out right before his weigh-in, the last fight he had. We saw videos behind the scenes where they were having to lay him down, sit him down, and fan him, just because the guy has to cut so much weight
Yeah,
for how tall and how big he is.
yeah.
It's too much of a cut, man.
Especially
You can
with,
tell
with him
that
eating all those
every
tacos in
all his
Tijuana, dude.
muscles.
Bomb tacos.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But it's great. It's great that he's going up in a division, and maybe if Canelo's planning to also maybe move up, it leaves a spot for another Mexican to take the
Man,
throne in
Canelo's
that
not going to
division.
move up
So
to
you never
175,
know.
dude. He just got beat up by Bevo. You think he wants to stay there? He's probably all scared. He's got fucking tail in between his ass cheeks right now, but I don't know, man. He wants to move. Just like.
You know,
Go ahead,
his
Copa. Sorry.
his No, no, no. Sorry, sorry. Just like you guys say, Mungia. As a fan of boxing, I'm a fan of Mungia. Obviously, we want to see him with better, better challenge. But come on, we have to understand that he is moving up in weight. So I get it. I'm happy with the choice. At the
Yeah,
beginning, I wasn't, but it makes sense. It
yeah.
does make sense.
We'll see what's in store for
I
Mungia.
just, I just feel like Mungia doesn't ever
Doesn't ever what,
he doesn't ever fight any top
dude? I mean,
elite competition, man. It's
if he
always
was
like
gonna
these
stay at
nobodies,
if he was
bro.
gonna stay at 160 fighting a guy like this, okay, then we can be pissed off at him. But he's making a move to a new weight division, dude. He wants to test out the waters, I think, and you don't want to test out the waters fighting a fucking guy like Canelo. You want to see first of all if this weight class is for you, if you're ready for that weight class or not. Um, and if he
Yeah.
feels good, then yeah, maybe for his next fight at 168, try to either challenge for a title or try to take on a top contender. Because we were hoping he was going to fight Daniel Jacobs, remember? But I don't know. That fight obviously fell through because it's going to be Munguia versus Kelly instead of Munguia versus Jacobs. So that's the fight we would have wanted to see. But hey, 168, and we get to see it here in Anaheim. Why not? So best of luck to Mungia in the new weight division. That's coming up in like 2-3 weeks, guys. So that's coming up soon. And he just fought when? And was it March, February? He's coming back very soon. Like
I think yeah.
he's coming back very soon. Mungia is one of the few guys too, like Canelo, that fights consistently. At least a top name that fights consistently. Uh, but moving on to other top names, Rick, let us know what our boy at super lightweight, Josh Taylor, has in plans. And I say super lightweight because he is gonna be staying at super lightweight, guys. At least that's what it seems like.
So his promotional team have confirmed that they are hoping to finalize a world title defense against Jose Chon Cepeda for his next fight. Jose Chon Jose Chon Cepeda is I really like
Yeah,
seeing him fight. He's an exciting fighter. He's the guy that beat the Puerto
yeah.
Rican. I cannot recall his name. The one that was really
Josue
cocky. Remember?
Vargas. He
And
actually had a he
yeah,
actually
Jose
had a
Vargas.
fight in, what was it, February, January, but for some reason I don't know,
Yeah.
they scratched that fight off, and it's that fight's not even on BoxRec, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's not even on. It was on BoxRec at first, and then they like took it down. So I don't know if it wasn't like a sanctioned fight or if it was an exhibition fight after all. I don't know, but they just took that fight out.
Hmm.
So yeah, like Compa said, technically his last fight was
Interesting.
Josue Vargas now, because he fought in Mexico.
Yeah.
Remember, Jose
Yeah.
Chon, and we couldn't see that fight,
Oh, that's
but they
right.
scratched that fight off the list. I
Yeah. So
don't.
his last fight, yeah, was on October 30th of 2021. So it's
Hey, good
yeah,
good
it's been
fight,
a couple
guys, and
months.
we've been saying
Well,
Jose Chon deserves a title shot. The only disappointing thing for me, guys, is Josh Taylor should be facing Catterall, because Catterall deserves that rematch. Catterall beat him. The whole world knows Catterall beat him. So Taylor, of course, he's not gonna go for the rematch. He got scared of Catterall. He's not gonna give that man a shot. So it's disappointing though. But and Catterall's been posting on social media the same thing, that it's disappointing that he's not getting a shot. But this fight's a good fight too. Just because Taylor didn't give Catterall a shot, that's not Cepeda's fault. Cepeda is a mandatory, so that's a good shot also. What are your thoughts on that one?
Bro, we love what's that Chon Cepeda. Seeing him, he's a fellow Mexican of ours, and it's exciting to see that guy always fight. And the champion not looking so good after his last fight either. And maybe this is a turning point for him where he has to prove to his fans again that he's still the champion that he was when he beat Ramirez. And
Yeah,
so why not do it to another Mexican,
yeah.
a popular one too?
And the surprising thing is that he's staying at 140, because remember after Catterall, he was like, "Nope, this is my last fight at 140. I'm gonna go up to 147." Now we say this, guys, as if the fight's gonna happen, but we don't know for sure. This is just in hopes
yeah.
that this is the rumors that it's gonna be Taylor versus Cepeda next. Nothing official. As we know in boxing, things always freaking change. There's always cancellations of fights. There's always different things. So we'll see. This is just the news for now. But going into a lower weight class, Juan, this is one of your favorite fighters. Let us know about Devin Haney and what's going on with him.
So, as you mentioned, WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney has now touched down in Australia without his father and his trainer, Bill Haney. But he is still confident that in defeating, not undisputed, because a lot of people were still confusing, the other
Yeah,
prior champion to him as undisputed. But defending IBF, WBO, and WBC franchise lightweight champion Georgia Ferocious Cambosis on June 5th, and well, June 4th for us here in the U.S. Um, you know, and this will be taking place at the Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, Australia. So it's it sucks that he doesn't have his father. But his father was the elder Haney was denied a visa due to his 30-year-old drug conviction. So instead of having his father, he'll be training with Joel
Judah,
Jihad,
Joel Judah.
right?
It's the he's the
Oh,
he's
Judah.
Zab
And
Judah's dad. Yeah,
I was gonna
oh,
say,
okay,
like,
and
is
then
that
yeah,
related to
Zab Judah.
Judah? That's crazy.
That's Zab Judah's daddy right
Mhm.
there.
um, So honest that's interesting to see. Maybe it'll affect him in some type of way, mentality wise, and even in the way he fights. Maybe it does help him because he knows a different style now and gets a different advice from a different trainer. So I mean, hopefully it's
And
beneficial towards
and
him,
supposedly
so that
before
he
we get Ricky's opinion
overcomes
on it,
Cambosis.
supposedly Cambosis was fighting for Haney's dad to be able to go to Australia. But ultimately, that's not Cambosis'
Oh, that's
decision.
cool.
That's the prime minister's decision out there. Cambosis ultimately was like, "Yeah, I tried to do my best, but hey, at the end of the day, it's not my fault." So I've been without my daddy for a while. So Cambosis, he's been talking a lot of shit for this fight, man. I don't know if it's nervous energy or he's trying to hype himself up, but what are your thoughts on Haney not having his father with him, compa? Do you think it's gonna affect him or not?
Well, first of all, this is a public announcement not to be involved in drugs because look, it caught up to your dad.
Yeah.
A drug conviction. I wonder what he did. I'm sure he
I
caught a
think it was
felony, man.
I think
But
it was
I
possession of
think,
marijuana, dude. It's something stupid. I think.
oh, that
Yeah, dude. And it's
sucks.
30 years
And it's
old,
like
bro.
legal
That
now. That
fucking
sucks,
conviction's
dude.
as old as me. Come on now. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, get over it. Let the man go over there.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, but you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, if it was me, man, if I was Haney, I think it will play a major factor in me because it's
Yeah,
gonna psych you out. You don't have your
yeah,
support system. You don't have your dad
yeah,
that's been there with you throughout all those boxing
yeah.
matches. That's gonna, I think, mess him up a little bit, to be honest with you. But who knows? It's David Haney. He's the one in the ring. He's the only one that's
At,
gonna know how he's gonna handle this. But,
Here's how I
huh?
see it, compa, and you guys can either agree to disagree. But I think the man will be fine. I think Haney, like I said, he's a man now. He will be fine. Yeah, his dad has been there for him, but like his dad, Bill Haney said, he's like, I've prepared Devin Haney my whole life for this moment, not for a title shot, but to become a man without me one day. He's going to have to live on life without me in this world one day. That's what I've prepped him for my whole life. And here he is on his own. He's his own man. Yeah, and like compa, you touched on a good point. At the end of the day, who's the one in the ring? Devin Haney. His dad can't help him in the ring. His dad can help him, giving him advice, what to do, this and that. But ultimately, Devin Haney, this is where you truly become the man that you say you are. I think he's gonna be fine, man. I got my boy Devin Haney winning
But you know
this one.
what? Like, if we're looking at
Yeah,
history,
yeah,
and I'm not comparing Haney to this next boxing opponent.
yeah,
Look at Tyson
yeah.
when
That's
Customato
true.
died. That's when
Yeah,
Tyson started
yeah,
declining really bad because his
yeah,
comfort was
yeah,
Customato. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I don't know. It's just an example. We'll see.
But here's the
When
difference
that
with that.
event
That's a good point,
happens.
Rick. But here's the difference. Tyson was a fucking mess, dude. You already know Tyson was.
Oh no, he
Haney at
was.
least has a
Oh no,
good
he
head on
was.
his shoulders, and
But
I think he understands the
no,
situation.
he does.
Tyson's just a head case, man. Yeah. If he didn't have his pigeons, or
But
he didn't have
but there's
Customato, if he didn't have his, yeah,
but
yeah,
then but
go
also
for it.
but there's
Yeah,
other boxers that I can't remember changed trainers or their
yeah,
trainers were absent and
yeah,
they lost. who
No,
knows? This
it
is a
is.
good test for Haney, no matter
And
what. This is a great
Cambosis
test
brought
for
up a
him.
good point. He said history's gonna repeat itself because you look at Devin Haney, the American champ, Cambosis, the Australian champ. He's all, this is the same way when Kotsasu, Tim Su's father, when Kotsasu beat the quote
Hmm.
unquote boxer in Zab Judah, which Zab Judah is Devin Haney's godfather, I believe. He's all, it's going to be the same thing when
Oh
Kotsasu
well,
just took down Zab Judah. Zab Judah was the American champion boxer. Kotsasu was the ferocious boxer, just like Cambosis. So we'll see. We'll see if he's actually true. So that's why it's going to be a good fight. I still think Haney takes this fight. I just think he's got too
I
much
think so too.
skill. Don't get me wrong, Cambosis is good, but Cambosis' style was meant to beat Lopez because Lopez just didn't have defense, bro. But Haney does.
He
But
just went in
Haney
there head
does have
first.
defense. Haney does have defense.
Yeah, he
I think
does.
he's going to outsmart Cambosis. And Cambosis, prior to
Haney,
Lopez, he had very close fights with Lee Selby, who just got rocked by Gustavo Limos, and he had a close fight with Mickey Bay, who was supposed to fight Tevin Farmer, and then that got scratched. So that's why I'm not too sold on Cambosis just yet. Yeah, he beat a good guy in Teofimo, but Teofimo's very one style. Like he didn't have a plan B, and he had close fights against other guys. Yeah, he
he
didn't
didn't
adjust. So
adjust.
we'll see. That's already what after this week's fights, we're already going to be previewing those fights. So it's coming up soon, guys. So we're excited for that. Guys, this is another one I'm excited about. We thought this fight was going to be part of the what was it, the Bam Rodriguez versus Srisika Sarungvisai fight, but it looks now this is going to be Juan Francisco Estrada El Gallo will be facing Joshua Franco on July 16th for the World Boxing Association WBA super flyweight title. The bout was confirmed once both parties sent their contracts this week, with all the details finalized except for the venue, which will be announced in the coming weeks. So I haven't personally seen anything official yet, guys, but it's looking like it's gonna happen July 16th. Both guys are DAZN fighters, and who else is fighting July 16th? At least they're parading about it. Ryan Garcia. So if Ryan Garcia and then this could be like a co-main fight, that's a good card already. So we'll see, guys. What are your guys' thoughts on this fight? El Gallo Estrada versus Joshua Franco.
How long? How long? How long has Estrada
Since
been
March,
stagnant?
dude. Since March of last year. March of last
Since
year.
March. Damn,
So
that's a long time, man.
if
I
this
mean, I
does
know.
happen in July, that's a
Uh huh.
16-month layoff.
Jeez. Hey, man, I'm just excited to
Yeah.
see El Gallo back. I'm excited to see Juan Stocayo back in the ring,
Juan, do you
man.
think if this fight does get officially announced, you think it's going to be part of the same card as Ryan Garcia? I mean, El Gallo has
I
fought.
hope so,
He's
man.
fought with the Zone before. Well, the last time he fought with
I
against
mean, even
Chocolatito,
with
that was on the Zone.
even with that, it's like, what if the venue is finalized here in the LA area?
Yeah,
We can
exactly. Ryan
definitely go see
Garcia has been
that. What a
saying.
great card already.
Yeah, he's saying he's gonna announce. Ryan Garcia is saying he's found another opponent. He's gonna announce the fighter soon. A lot of people are
Man,
rumoring
that
Javier
sucks, dude.
Fortuna or Jojo Diaz. One of those two. It's looking more so like Javier Fortuna, which he was supposed to face Fortuna, what, last July, I think, actually. So if it's
I want that
yeah, if
Isaac,
it's
man.
Garcia versus Fortuna, compa, man, Cruz and his team, they don't want it, man. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
fucking
that fuck.
PBC, man,
That's
they always do that
bullshit.
bullshit. But yeah, man, if Garcia announces his fight and then this gets added as part of the card and it's here in LA, damn, that's perfect for us. Let's for sure go, guys. I'm down to go to that one. But yeah, let's hope that happens. Let's hope there's some
Yeah, I'm down.
announcements coming in the coming weeks. And as always, we'll keep you updated on that, guys. Compa, let them know what deal has just been made between DAZN and Golden Boy.
Yeah, so hey, this is a big move for both entities. The Zone and Golden Boy have announced a new multi-year, multi-fight agreement. This venture expands on the relationship that's started in 2018 with a 5-year deal. The partnership will include championship fight nights alongside a new prospect development series,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. It's kind of like the MMA, how they do
Or
the
like
Ultimate
Showtime,
Fighter
how
now.
they do the, what is it? Is it Showbox or
Oh,
something,
that's right.
something like that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Showbox.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, development series Golden Boy Fight Night on the Zone, which is, I think it's going to be called a monthly boxing series hosted by a boxing broadcaster, Beto Duran. It's not
Yeah.
related to Roberto Duran. Beto Duran and Boxing Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins. Damn, that's cool. Bernard Hopkins is going to be
Yeah.
involved in this because I think he's part of
Yeah. He
Golden
works
Boy,
for
no?
Golden
Or
Boy. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins. Additional events to follow in 2022 will include the return of undefeated stars Jaime Munguia, Ryan Garcia, and Virgil Ortiz Jr. in June, July, and August,
So there you go,
respectively.
guys. I
So,
mean,
what do you guys think about that?
it's
What do you
telling
think
you right
about?
there. Munguia, we know, is fighting June 11th. Garcia's being tied to July. Nothing official yet, but they're pretty much telling us there Virgil Ortiz is going to come back in August. So that, along with some a
That's
prospect
cool.
series and Golden Boy signing on again with the Zone. Hey, the Zone is where it's at, man, and they have, I think, the two best promotional companies in Golden Boy and Matchroom there. So I like this, guys. I like that. It's been a
Yeah, I
working
like it too.
relationship, and Golden Boy has a lot of good fighters, like we said there. They've got Munguia, Garcia, Virgil Ortiz, and then on the female side, they got Sanisa Estrada as well. So super
Super
bad's
bad.
there. They got a lot of good fighters. So uh, we'll see what happens. I'm glad they signed on together because who knows where Golden Boy would have gone if they don't go with the Zone. They've been with ESPN before, but that was a very short deal. They're never gonna go to Showtime, that's for sure, because Golden Boy hates Showtime. So I don't know if they would have had to start like their own network if they didn't sign, or I don't know. But this is a good thing for boxing.
I wonder why
I
Golden
mean,
Boy Promotions haven't started their own network.
Money, man. That's a lot of. I mean, to start your own network, that takes fucking money. Probably that takes money. But
Yeah.
not even that. You guys also kind of forgot to give props to Box Azteca too, man.
man, they're not gonna show their
Oh,
fucking
también, you're
fights
right.
on Box Azteca. Fuck out of here, man. The hell, stick out. Oh my god.
Box Azteca.
Hey, Box Azteca's the shit, man. Yeah, Box Azteca's the
Telemundo.
shit, guys. Don't get us wrong, but that's unfortunately it's only shown in Mexico, so that's why they won't. That's why they won't go.
Hey, TV Azteca, TV Azteca shows like the most exciting
Yeah,
fighters because all these newcomers,
exactly.
dude,
Yeah.
they duke it out.
And then,
Yeah.
guys, a fight that we had previewed last week, we didn't get to tell you the result because it didn't happen. That fight was between former world champions Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay. And just like the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Don Moore had got canceled the previous week, they canceled this fight due to the passing of the president over in the United Arab Emirates. Although the Mayweather fight did eventually happen this weekend, to be honest with you guys, I didn't watch that fight, but it got moved to a different area. I don't even remember where. But yeah, Tevin Farmer and Mickey
Oh,
Bay.
but it wasn't even really publicized. It
No,
wasn't. You didn't hear any
there was
promotions for that fight, and it's
yeah, there was
Mayweather
very
we're
few
talking about.
promotion. I think he sold the pay per view for like $20. It was cheap. I think the highlight of the night
Damn.
was that he knocked the guy down and that he held a fucking round card. Like the ring girls hold the round card. He fucking held a
Yeah.
round card. I think that was
Yeah.
it. But
What the fuck?
just swiping through
Mm.
ESPN ringside, I saw that real quick. But yeah, guys, we'll see if
And he
yeah,
was
he was
dancing with
dancing
the
with the
ring
ring
girl.
girl. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
Juan. That's Juan's dream
Yeah.
right
What
there.
the
But
fuck?
Mayweather got to do it first.
No, I'm a loyal guy. I
Yeah.
can't do that. You only have eyes for my girl. Sorry, guys. That's why I only go to boxing events that have ring boys and
What?
ring
Whoa!
guys.
What fucking events are those?
Just
What events are
kidding.
that? I've never seen
I've
those.
never seen that. What the? I see
Yeah.
Cole laughing in the background.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know
know what
what
kind of
boxing events
boxing
you're
events
going
you
to,
go to.
Juan, but damn, what the hell?
What do you? What do you mean? Ricky and Ricky were the first ones right ringside recording. You're like, cool, I'll take your job. Don't worry. Go sit down.
You hear that, Ashton Silk? Juan saying you had ring boys at your event. But
Ah.
anyways, no, but we'll see, guys, when Tevin Farmer and Mickey
They-
Bay, if they decide to make up this fight. Hopefully they do. They've both been out of the ring for 2.5 years. So we'll see what happens. But guys, we've gone over a bunch of news. We went over last weekend's fights. Let's dive into next weekend's fights. We got 3 exciting fights coming up. one in Russia, which unfortunately we will not be able to see, and then two fights on the same card taking place in New York. Let's go over the lower profile name fight first, and we'll end it with our, our star-studded fight of the night of the weekend, I should say actually. But the first fight, this one's gonna take place this coming Friday, May 27th. It's at 9 a.m. our time, not televised, guys, because it is taking place in Russia at the Avangard Ice Hockey Academy in Omsk, Russia. And that fight is a light heavyweight title fight, or not title fight, sorry, just a light heavyweight bout that's between Maxim Vlasov and Dilmurad Satibaldiev. You got Maxim Vlasov, who's number 3 in the WBO and number 15 in the IBF. He's got a record of 46 victories, 4 defeats, and 26 knockouts. He's orthodox, 6'4", so a big light heavyweight, age 35, and he's from
Jeez.
Samara, Russia. His last fight was against Felix Valera back in December of 2021, so he's coming off a 5-month layoff, which in modern day boxing, that's actually a short layoff nowadays. He's faced guys like Gilberto Ramirez, Christoph Lowacki, and Joe Smith Jr. So yeah, this guy has some experience. He's going to be taking on his fellow countryman Dilmurad Little Mike Satibaldiev. I don't know why they call him Little Mike, guys. Maybe because Mike Tyson. I don't know. I don't see why you would have the moniker
Mm.
Little Mike. But anyways, he's not ranked. He's got a record of 12 victories, 2 defeats, and 3 knockouts only. Orthodox, 5'10", so kind of on the smaller side for light heavyweights. Although 5'10" is taller than all us three, but small for the light heavyweights. 5'10", 27 years old. He's from, guys, believe it or not, I cannot pronounce this, but I'm gonna try. It's Bak Bakhchirsay, Crimea, Russia, but he was born in Suzak, Kyrgyzstan. His last fight was against Kazim Umadov, which he won by first round referee technical decision back in November of 2021. So he's coming off a 6-month layoff, and he's faced no notable opponents. What are your guys' thoughts on this fight? I mean, this is pretty easy, guys. Let's be honest. This is a stay busy fight for Vlasov. He is a top contender in the light heavyweight division, but I'll let you guys make your picks in case Juan makes the stupid pick of Sati Baldiev. Hey, you never know. This is boxing.
Hey,
Yeah, a fight's a fight. Anything can happen.
hey, but here we go back to like an older
Yeah,
guy facing a young buck.
yeah,
You
exactly.
just never know. But this is pretty obvious. We know who the
Yeah.
experienced one is, and we know which one is ranked. I'm going Maxim
What about you,
Vaslov.
Juan?
I'm going for Vaslov as well. I think this guy's not in his prime anymore as much, but more so exiting his prime. And I think
Yeah.
he's still got it though. This other guy, obviously no namer. He's also 12-2 already. It's like he
Well,
took
not
two
only
L's
that,
already.
dude, he only
He already
has 3
has
knockouts in 14 fights. So this is a stay busy fight for Vlasov, bro.
exactly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, I'm going Vlasov as well.
So
Uh, let's hope that we could catch this on YouTube later on in the day on Friday. Unfortunately, because it is taking place in Russia, it's not going to be televised out here in the States. So we'll have to either read some type of news or article out there, or um, see if somebody posts a video on YouTube to be able to catch this fight. But we'll definitely give you guys the outcome in our next episode. But guys, this is definitely the highlight fight card of the upcoming weekend. Uh, both of these fights are going to take place at the Barclays Center, and we're highlighting these two. There's obviously more fights going on, but we're highlighting these two because these are the two big names, or the two big fights. It's Brooklyn. It's at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, guys, on May 28th, 2022. It's going to take place on Showtime pay-per-view at 6 p.m. California time, and the pay-per-view price is going to be $74.99, guys. Uh,
Man, those prices are just not
it's
going down,
it's
huh?
it's
They're
it's
keeping it
it's
at
it's Tank
freaking
Davis, man.
expensive.
And people are going to pay for it. But Juan,
Jeez.
let's highlight the co-main event. Um, let us know what this co-main event, who it is, and what's going on.
yeah, so you got the for the co-main event, you got Eslandi Lara versus Gary Sylvan. He's a WBA. W. He's a WBA. This is a WBA world middleweight 160-pound title fight. Erislandy, the American Dream Lara, WBA World Middleweight Champion. He's 28, 3-3 with 16 KOs. He's a southpaw with the height of 5'9" and the age of 39. He is from Cuba, Guatemala, and he lives in Houston, Texas right now in USA. His last fight was against Thomas Lamana, where he took a W in the first round KO May 2021 with a 12-month layoff now. So after a whole year, he's coming back, and hopefully, guys, we don't see a freaking ring rust in him, because if it is, it's going to be a bad day for Lara.
Yeah, Lara last
But
fought.
he's had
Lara
a,
last
a
fought in that
notable
Andy
opponent.
Ruiz versus Chris Ariola fight card. Remember, guys? That was the card that he fought on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Juan. Go ahead, continue.
Jeez.
So his notable opponents, he has a really good resume. Brian Castaño, someone who he took a draw with, in back in
March of 2019.
when was it,
Yeah.
March in 2019. And then he, Jared Hurd, he took an L. Jury Foreman, where he took a W. Saul Canelo Alvarez, Paul Williams, Carlos Molina. You got Ish Smith, and then you got John Savek, where he took a W as well, back in November 2015. And then you got Gary Spike Sullivan, who is a Sullivan,
Sullivan.
my bad, not Silly.
O'Sullivan.
Sullivan, where he.
Gary
Silly
Spike
man.
O'Sullivan.
uh, and then he's a number 10 WBA ranked, 31-4 with 21 KOs, orthodox fighter with the height of 5'10", age 37. He's from Cork, Ireland, and his last fight was. Kiki, you gotta help me
Eldar
in this name because I can't pronounce that one.
Robatkitse.
Yeah, and then he took a W by unanimous decision in May 2021, and with also a 12-month layoff. So both of them coming off with a 12-month layoff, a year out of the ring. And he's had some notable fighters. Billy Joe Saunders, where he took an L back in July 2013. David Lemieux, where he also took an L back in September of 2018. Jaime Munguia, where he also took another L, 11th round TKO back in 2020, and now facing off with Erislandy Lara, who was last champion in 2017. So, guys, this is in paper it's a 50-50 fight. Both of them coming out of a long layoff. Hopefully, they both show up. But I don't know, guys. Who do you guys have for this fight? Let's go off with Ricky.
I'm going with the WBA World Middleweight Champion and the Dream, Lara. It's like what you said. Hey, it looks good on paper. I mean, they both have the same ring rust. They both
Both
have.
around the
I
same.
think
Both around the same
Lara has the
height.
better
Both around the
resume.
same age. Both,
Same
like
age.
Ricky said,
Yeah.
layoff. But if you notice on the resume, yeah, they both face good fighters. But if you notice, O'Sullivan has lost against the elite fighters. So what's going to be the difference with Lara?
Hmm.
Nothing. He's going to lose to another elite fighter unless he just. Gary O'Sullivan is a fan-friendly fighter, guys, because he comes forward, he just throws blows. But I don't see any different outcome than him fighting the other elite fighters where he took L's. He takes another L in this one against
Hmm.
Erislandy Lara. I'm going Lara.
Juancho.
Same here. I'm sticking to Lara as well, going for the fellow Cubano. So I think he'll take this one as well.
You want to say fellow Latino, you mean? Because you're not Cubano, are you, Juan?
I am. I am.
Yeah.
I am a
What,
Cubano
1%?
actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then Rick, highlight the star fight of the weekend. We'll have Rick break it down since this is his favorite fighter. Go for it, Rick.
Despite the fucking $74.99 price of the pay per view, which I don't think he's up there for
He's
that
not even a
price,
fucking
we
champion.
have Gervonta Tank Dave. And yes, I'm saying
Not
it's
a
because
true champion.
Mayweather's backing him up
Yeah.
on this, man. Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. He shouldn't be up there like that for that
Yeah.
much money. Okay, well, it's just my little rant there. But Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolando Rolly Romero. This is a WBA World Lightweight title fight, which is 135 pounds. we have Gervonta Tank Davis, WBA World Lightweight Champion. With he comes to us with 26 victories, 0 losses, with 24 KOs. He is southpaw. He's 5'6". He's 27 years of age. He's from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. He last fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz, which he won by unanimous decision back in December 2021. He has a 5 month layoff. His notable opponents comes to you from Cristobal Cruz, which he won by third round TKO back in October 2015. Jose Pedraza, which he won by seventh round TKO back in January 2017. Jesus Cuellar, he won. Hugo Ruiz, he won. Yorekis Gamboa, he won as well. And then we also have Leo Santa Cruz, which he won and destroyed Santa Cruz. And then we have Rolando Romero. He is ranked number 1 by the WBA. He's 14 victories, 0 losses, with 12 KOs. His style is orthodox. He's 5'8" in height. He's 26 years of age. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. He last fought Anthony
You get
Yigit,
yeah.
which he won by seventh round TKO back in July of 2021, which puts him at a 10 month layoff. His notable opponents, it's now Gervonta Davis, who was last champion back in 2020. So guys, also before we dive into there, thanks Enrique for sending us that link for Showtime, the All
Oh yeah,
Access. I saw the first episode. Have you caught it yet, Juan?
you should watch it, man.
No, but I did see it come up
You
in
should
my
watch it. It's
feed.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Showtime,
it's good. It's
all
good.
those all
Yeah, it's
access
good, dude.
always
It's good.
are always pretty good.
Oh, dude, I love those.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love those all access. It shows a lot about Rolly Romero. You know how we mentioned his list.
yeah,
He actually was bullied for that when he was a
yeah.
kid. That's crazy. And we see behind the scenes. So if you guys haven't caught it, check it out. It's called Showtime All Access. Just search Tank Davis All Access and it'll pop up.
Guys,
So
before we make
let's
our
start off with you,
Copa,
Juancho. Who
before we
would you go
make our
for?
picks, man, Rolly is actually being given a shot in this fight, man. A lot of people are starting to go Rolly now,
Yeah.
and Rolly's been talking that talk. He's been telling people, "Bet your house on me. I'm gonna get rich. You're gonna get
Oh
rich with
shit.
me. So bet the house on me." He's really he's been saying hashtag I'm the dwarf slayer. He's all there's no way this little man can beat me. You never know, man. I mean,
Hey, hey,
Nobody
Romero.
thought Muhammad Ali was gonna beat George Foreman, and nobody thought Muhammad Ali was gonna beat Sonny Liston. And Ali talked that shit, and he beat those guys. So I don't know, man. I'm not saying this fight's on that level, but Rolly seems that fucking confident, guys. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if and Rolly is talking a lot of shit, so
Yeah,
hopefully he backs it up. And then
he's been saying too. First round
in the
knockout
face off,
too. First round knockout. He said,
dude, that's a little
yeah.
bull. In the face off, you notice that Rolly isn't really that much
Well,
taller
dude,
than
because
Tank
Tank be
Davis,
wearing those
and if you
fucking
caught it
Tank
in
be
the
wearing the
episode,
fucking high heels like this. Have you seen the
oh, well,
the
that's true.
sneakers he
That's true.
wears? They're like fucking
Also,
6-inch heels, and that's why when you said
oh, and
when you
even
said Copa Tank Davis 5'6", that's a fucking that he is not 5'6", dude. He's like 5'4", 5'3", probably. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, dude, and in the All Access Showtime
Yeah.
show, Rolly was clowning on him because he got some lip
Oh,
injections. Tank
oh,
Davis.
dude. I did not.
I don't know how
Yeah.
true that is, but
Okay,
yeah, Tank
rolling, man.
Davis has like those what is it? I don't know what they're called. Diamonds in his
Oh yeah,
teeth.
yeah, yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
little
yeah,
studs, and then he
Yeah,
he painted his nails.
yeah, yeah.
So
the
we're
grills.
seeing a totally different. No, it wasn't a
Yeah.
grill, Juan. It's actually just a little stud. I don't know.
Yeah, the
They glue it
jewel, the
onto the
little
tooth.
jewel
Yeah,
inside
There
that
we go.
tooth.
The
Yeah,
jewel.
no, it's
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
drilled in.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I'm see. It's so funny because Rolly was like, "I've never seen a gangster do this before." You know how
dude,
Joey's a
that dude's
troll, man.
bro. When we
I
met
call
him
him
that first
Trolly.
time at what was it, the
He was
Rigondeaux versus
funny.
Casimiro fight? That dude was sitting right next to him. He was funny as hell, dude. Ever since then, Rolly, I've liked Rolly, dude. That dude's funny as hell, bro. But Juan, who you got? Juan, who you
Yeah,
got
you
in
never
this one,
know.
man? This is a tough one because hey, Tank didn't look so good against a guy like Pitbull Cruz, and Pitbull Cruz is just as small as Tank. What's he gonna do against a big lightweight? Because Rolly's a big lightweight. In all reality, Rolly could even be a fucking welterweight, dude. He's just naturally big, dude, and he looks good, dude. I don't know if you guys saw the work the his open workout. he looks good, dude. And this is 2-3 weeks before the fight. He's already got the 6-pack abs. He's ready to go. Like, damn, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. Who you got, Juan? Do you got Rolly with the upset, or do you got the safe pick
This
and
is
Tank?
hard.
This one's tough, man.
I've been thinking about it this whole damn time while you guys were talking, but
But Copa Davis, he faced Barrios, and Barrios a
But
big guy too, and he became
that's what I'm
successful
saying.
with
Like
Barrios.
Barrios is,
but in all reality, Barrios
and
wasn't really
not only
anything.
that, but
Yeah, but I'm talking about
yeah,
like
stature.
the
Barrios
stature.
is taller than Rolly. But what I mean bigger is like you could just tell by the mass, like
Yeah,
just his mass alone.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. No, I know what you
I
mean.
don't know. Rolly, like I said,
Yeah,
Rolly could be even a fucking welterweight, like a 147 pounder, two weights above this. I mean, we've seen when Rolly was what 180. Juan, what did he post? He's all, man, my fat ass has got to get down in weight. He was weighing what 180, 185. So he walks around that weight, dude. He's a
yeah.
naturally big dude, and for him to have to cut down to
Yeah.
135, shit, man. I don't know, man. It's tough. And I know on the thing, it seemed like he was just like a little bit taller than him, but that's because Tank was wearing those fucking high heel Skechers, bro, whatever the fuck they were. Oh man, what you got, Juan? Let us know.
Who you got, Juancho?
Uh,
You want to pick Rick? You seem more confident in your pick before we.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
going Tank. I'm sticking to Tank. I mean, yeah, can they be an upset? Absolutely, man. But I'm going
What
Tank.
about you, Juan?
shit. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with my heart on this one, and I'm going with
Oh
Rolly
shit,
Romero.
he's
Man, I
going
think I
Rolly.
want him to win.
He's going
Damn,
Rolly.
son.
Shit, this is tough for me too, guys. Because
I don't.
my heart wants Rolly to win, but my betting hat says Tank because Tank is the better boxer, guys. But at the same
Same.
time, Rolly has a weird style that many guys you can't prepare for a weird style like that. How do you train for a weird fight style like him? You can't. But Davis is the better boxer. Rolly's best shot at winning is just catching him with a clean punch. That's Rolly's best shot at winning this fight. I'm gonna go.
What Rolly needs to do is study Pitbull's
And that's why
game
I think
plan because
and
he was
that's why
standing
I
on
think
Tank.
he's so confident because he said, "Look what Pitbull did to him. Imagine me, who's a bigger
Yeah.
puncher than Pitbull. Imagine me landing those kind of punches on Tank." We've seen Tank get hit by Cruz now. We've seen Tank get hit by Santa Cruz, and we've seen Tank get hit by Barrios.
Hmm.
His last three most previous fights, Tank has been exposed. He just squeaked by the Barrios win. He was getting beat against Santa Cruz until he ended it in knockout. And with Cruz, as us three saw it as a we
That
saw it
was
as a
such a
draw,
close
guys.
fight.
But we saw
Such
it
a
as a
close fight.
draw, and he scraped by with a unanimous decision. Fuck. Do I go
Yeah.
with Juancho or
No,
do
I
I go
agree.
with Rick on this one? Fuck, this one's tough, guys. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Boxing Talk,
She's
I
what
think
the
you go
hell are
with
you talking about? Tank is the name. Tank is the guy that's going to win. But guys, you guys don't understand that Rolly is a weird style of fighter, and he also does not give a fuck. He does not give a fuck, guys. And when you have that mentality and you're weird like that, I don't know, man. I can smell an upset, and there's been upsets already in this year.
Bro, just say you're going for Romero,
Fuck,
man. You're just literally
I
praising him.
want to,
Just say
dude, but
it. Just say it, dude. Just say
uh,
it.
guys,
For once, I'm going. I was gonna go with.
I'm gonna go.
I was gonna go
You're
with
going. You're
Tank
going Rolly.
Davis, but I'm going Rolly,
No,
man.
I'm gonna
So
have to go. Fuck, I'll just go. Fuck, man. Damn. I'm gonna go. Tank, guys. I'm gonna go Tank. Fuck. I'm gonna go Tank.
Damn, this
That
could give Juan
this is
another victory, dude.
this is yeah. This is two guys that are amongst them both have a 40-0 record with 36 KOs, guys. So that's a 90% knockout rate that you have in this fight right here with both of them combined. So like they've been saying, this is gonna end in knockout. And I see it. So I don't know. I think Tank's gonna win, guys. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. Hey,
see.
at
You
the end of
never
the day,
know.
I still want Rolly to win. I want Rolly to win low key, but my betting hat has to say Tank.
I like Rolly too
Yeah.
though. I'll be happy if Rolly wins,
Sorry,
to be
Rolly,
honest, because I
man.
like the guy.
Sorry, dude, but I have to go. Tank's just got the better skills, dude.
Hey, Rolly, if
Yeah.
you're watching this when we see you live again, bro, talk
Fucking
your
do
shit
it.
to these
Hey,
motherfuckers because
I'll
they didn't
stand up to it.
support you.
I would tell him to his face. You know what? I did pick against you, Rolly, and if he proves me wrong, great. But yeah, guys,
I'm gonna tell him that
if
I
Ben
bet
my
on my own house on him, so that he
oh
better pay up
shit,
if I
oh
do.
no. Hey, we'll see, man. I do hope Rolly pulls off the upset. We'll see. But guys, that's the end of our episode. We previewed our fights. We talked about last weekend's fights, and we gave you the news and updates and rumors. Uh, we're gonna update, or we'll have Ricky update our leaderboard real quick, and then we'll call it a night. Rick, go ahead, go over our leaderboard.
Well, before we end it, before we end it, I know this didn't make it into our
Yeah.
boxing news, but this guy was popular once, and he's back in the winner's circle, and that is Victor
Ah,
Ortiz. I don't
Cop,
know if
I
you
knew
guys
you were
saw
gonna
that.
bring that
He
fucker up.
beat
Ah,
Todd Manuel.
no.
Bruh.
He got knocked down too.
Hey, he was really good at
No,
one point.
I know, no, he
Yeah, he
was.
was good at
No,
one point.
dude,
Remember?
fuck this motherfucker.
So yeah, but
Yeah,
the thing with him
he
is
was
that he
on
doesn't
the
give up. We talk about
he.
boxing,
What card
bro.
was he
You
on? He was
lost.
on the Showtime card. No.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I remember he broke his jaw, and the guy gave up on
he
the stool.
actually
I just
got
remember
fucking
bringing it up
knocked down.
because
He
he
got
was
knocked
popular
down
at one time.
against Manuel, dude. I thought he was gonna get fucking loose again.
And I bring him up. I bring him up because he shared us on
Yeah,
his boxing
yeah.
page as well. I mean, his Instagram.
Good,
But, hey,
good, good win,
Victor.
Victor. Though, good
I
win,
mean,
dude.
I don't think you'll.
Good win, Victor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the leaderboard guy. I know he still has
Yeah,
fans out there. Okay, so Juan is with 35 victories, 11 losses. Kiki has 34 victories with 12 losses, and I have 30 victories with
knock, knock,
16
Juan.
losses.
I'm right. I'm coming back, Edito. You heard it here, man. Edito's been rooting for me to take down Juan. I got one. I'm behind one fight. I'm behind one fight, so we'll see.
He's behind Juan fight. Get it?
One fight.
Hey, Cole,
Oh
you liked
man.
it.
So hey, with the tank
Edito's
with the what are you saying, man?
Edito, Edito's only trying to kiss your ass because he wants
Oh,
an internship
yeah,
here too as well. Edito, that's not gonna work, man. I'm sorry. I already
no,
took the
dude.
spot.
Hey, we got another open spot for
Just
Edito.
kidding.
We'll replace Juan real quick with Edito. We like Edito more, anyways.
Edita can be Edita can promote us in
Yeah, there you go.
Florida.
But yeah, man. We'll see, Juan. Make or break weekend with this Tank Romero fight. Either you take a 2-fight lead, or we end up tied by the end of the weekend. So we'll see. Either way, it's a win-win for you because you're either up or then we end up tied. At that point, we're tied. We're not, nobody's ahead. But we'll see. But yeah,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm still ahead technically for the long term.
Yeah, exactly. Long term, we still got till December, dude. We're barely in month 5 of 12. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
Ricky can make a comeback still.
exactly. It can still
Ricky's
happen.
only 5 fights behind you and 4 fights behind me. So we'll see. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Like we always say, this is your boxing channel for the most up to date news in the boxing world. We're your boxing channel for giving you the premier fights that are coming up for the upcoming week, and also um, analyzing the previous fights weekends or previous from the previous weekend. But anything else you guys like to say before we wrap this up, Rick, Juan?
Yeah, guys. Hopefully, you guys keep enjoying this. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to enter your guys' radio waves and our podcast. Appreciate that, and we'll catch you
Juan?
guys later.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the support. And Edito, I don't like that you're supporting Kike to take me down. But also with that, I want to clarify that I did graduate from a university, not from high school, because I don't want to see a comment saying I went to
Trust
What the
Juan.
hell?
high school.
Nobody thinks you're in high school, bro. You look like a 40-year-old man. Trust
God,
nobody
that's a
thinks you
lie.
graduate high school, but don't toot your own horn
That's a
like that.
lie.
No, but guys, I forgot to say at the beginning, if you guys tuned in till the end, uh, follow us on Instagram at Boxing Talk Podcast, on Twitter at Boxing Talk Pod, and then we have some videos on YouTube. Just type in Boxing Talk, and we should come up. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one, and remember to tune in next week. Have a good one.